known as the UN and NATO coming against the Jews now.
That's right.
Which is really the whole nation of Israel. The Negro, Latino, and Native American. Go ahead.
And stored store of spoils which they had gotten of the armies whom they had destroyed. Also, they had poured down the abominations which he had set up upon altars in Jerusalem, and that they had compassed about the sanctuaries with high walls as before, and his cities and his city Bathshur. Now when the king heard these words, he was astonished, and sword moved upon the he lay down upon his bed and fell sick and grieved, because he had not befell him as he had looked for. Right, that's your epiphany. He didn't accomplish what he wanted. He said, and when he had continued many days for his grief, he was even more and more, and he made account that he should die. Wherefore he called for all his friends and had set up all his friends, and he had all his friends, and said unto them, that's sleep. This is Alexander. No, that's Antiochus. That's Antiochus.
Go back to,
yeah, it was the same account like Alexander, because when Alexander fell asleep, he had called his men, and that's funny how he appointed them different offices, and the fake Jews did the same thing, man. He appointed their sons different areas to be in, man, to set up their banks. It's the same. It was the same account, the same thing that Esau does the same thing over and over, man.
Yep. It said, when ye therefore see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let him which is in Jerusalem flee into the mountains. Let him which is in the housing top not come down to take anything out of his house. That's right, so when it's time to flee, it's time to go. When the Lord tell you to flee, run. Don't look back and don't go back for anything. Grab whatever you got with you right now and bounce. Whether it be summertime or wintertime, the Lord tell you to go, you gotta go. Ain't no sense in running half a mile and, oh Lord, I forgot my family. And trying to run back and get your family, or when you gonna get caught up. That's right. That's right. That's right. It's time to go, but she looking back. That's right. I the Most High told her to leave. Because she was still caught up in the cares of this world, man. You know? Hell, even some of us, our wives and kids might not make it, man. So when the Lord tells us to leave, it's time to leave. You ain't got time to be sitting there telling your wife, hey, let's go. And she, wow, what we gonna do? Where we going? What we gonna eat? You ain't got time for all that. Right. You leave us sitting there asking all these questions and wondering what's going on. You get out the house. Go ahead, bro. It said, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. See? Go ahead. And woe unto them that are with child. Ooh, it said woe. To all you people that's trying to have babies right now, that's right. This is the wrong time to be having kids. So the Lord said, woe, woe what? Meaning death and destruction to you with child. Go ahead. And to them that give suck in those days. See, those that give suck, you nursing your child. See what I'm saying? That's a bad, because the family gonna come, a lot of y'all gonna eat y'all babies, man. Right. You're gonna be barbecuing little man. Go ahead. It said, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter. See, pray that your flight be not in the winter. Why the Lord said pray that your flight be not in the winter? Because in the wintertime, really, you have nothing to protect you. Right. It's cold. You could die of frostbite out here. So I just rather go to a concentration camp instead of be out here dying in the freezing tundra. You know, Lord said, pray that your flight be not in the wintertime, because the wintertime is harsh. It could get 30, 40 below zero, man. See what I'm saying? What can you do? You have no place to run to. Nowhere to hide at 30 below zero. You just out in the field just shivering and shaking. Because if you jump in the creek, your feet gonna be cold.
So then gangrene gonna set in.
Or die from hypothermia.
See what I'm saying?
You get wet in the cold shit. Basically, what happens outside, water freezes. So your core temperature is gonna drop, and the water is gonna drop when once you're wet, and you're gonna die from hypothermia.
When gangrene set in.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Said, neither on the Sabbath day.
Neither on the Sabbath day. Wow, man. Wow. Because you ain't better keep the Sabbath day. You better fear for your life, man. You know? It's going to be hell and turmoil. Rocked up. It's going to be hell and turmoil out here, man. The Sabbath day, you're supposed to keep that holy, man. You know? Man, it's going to be some serious times, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, for then shall be great tribulation.
See?
Such as,
Matter of fact, hold it. Give me Acts 14. Acts 14 and 22. Because it said,
Acts chapter 14, verse 22. It said, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God.
so going back to Matthew, it said what about tribulation?
It say, for then shall be great tribulation.
See, it said great tribulation. Then it said Acts, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of YAHAWASHI. So that means we got to go through all hell and turmoil. Because it tell you in 1 Peter that the righteous shall scarcely be saved. So that's going through much turmoil and hell, chaos, and man, it's going to be, man, words can't even describe what's going to go on here in America, man. We're going to have to endure a whole lot in order to make it, man. Our faith is going to be tested on a very high level, man. Ain't no telling what all you're going to have to go through, man, just to make it to the kingdom of heaven. That's why Matthew said, he that endures to the end. You're going to have to endure all this hell that's going on, man. Go ahead.
It said, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, no, this time, nor it ever shall be.
See? It's going to be, man, this is going to supersede the things we went through in the scriptures, man. Man, it's going to be like 100 times worse, bro. Man.
They say slavery was like super bad, but it's going to be way worse than the slavery days.
That's right, man.
No?